Hello everyone, are you ready for another anime recap? Then subscribe right now to this Anime Plots YouTube channel and watch this full video. Did you subscribe? Okay, let's start the video.
This is the recap part 2 of this anime. Check the pinned comment to watch the part 1 first.
Elsewhere, the Shady Council of Women from Japan decides that since number 2 aka Shota isn't mating with anyone, Mira wasn't doing her job well, and they decide to remove her from the position of his attendant. With less than a month remaining for Raito to make the cure before he must mate, the situation inside the place is getting more and more intense by the minute. He is busy with the research but hasn't made any progress at all when it comes to cracking the virus. Frustrated, he heads outside of the office and bumps into Maria Kuroda, who is running around with nothing but her lab coat on. The two of them fall on each other in a really awkward manner, which is seen by Rei Katajiri, Raito's new attendant. Katajiri, unlike every other woman in the anime, seems really hostile towards Raito. She looks like she just hates men. In order to research further into the virus, Raito and the group decide to go to Keimon City, the first place in Japan where the virus emerged. There he has planned to interview an old woman named Taniguchi, the widow of the virus' first victim. At first, Taniguchi is not very open and doesn't seem to want to reveal much. She definitely knows something but isn't really sure if she could trust the other people in the room. She doesn't cooperate at all and just ends up berating them. When they leave, it is revealed that Taniguchi is in contact with Arisa and wonders why Arisa will not reveal herself. Back in their hotel, Raito is taking a bath and is forced to hide in a sauna when other women appear. Apparently, the concept of a male's sauna had already disappeared. In the sauna though, he meets up with an American named Chloe who claims to be a transfer student. The girl seduces Raito and tricks him into kissing her just as the others walk in, angering them. Later, Mira talks with Taniguchi about how honorable Raito is. However, someone sneaks in and poisons her for too, leaving her in critical condition. Before losing consciousness, however, Taniguchi asks that a photo of her and her husband be given to Raito. After getting nothing of value from Taniguchi, the group decide to visit the abandoned hospital in the area, where the very first patients of MK virus were treated. However, there is nothing of importance in the hospital, and it clears shouts. Someone has removed evidences here. Without much progress, Raito's group decides to return back. On the day of their return, Raito notices that his scanner was reacting to the photo given by Taniguchi and scans the photo to find incomplete blueprints of the MK virus design. Someone had definitely made the virus, and though incomplete, using this blueprint Raito could try to reverse engineer the virus. This, as expected, doesn't really go well. Mahiro has no interest in Kyoji. Later that day, when Raito is having his bath, Akane and Maria enter the bath with him, realizing that he has been acting weird lately. They tell him that they are on his side and also reveal the fact that many virologists were getting lost or had been assassinated in the last few years. It was almost as if the government was taking them out to stop looking for a cure for the virus. The two girls had entered the bath so that Noon would record them while talking. Nice more but very demonetizable. The next day, Raito, Marie and Akane along with Sui manage to establish a base in the refugee area of the city. Marie even manages to create a network of computers off-grid from the government's inspections so that they can investigate the MK virus further. The very first thing that they find is that most of the virologists were found admitted to the same abandoned hospital from Keimon City. What a stroke of luck. Back in the experimental school, Shoto is now common property. The girls have now started to draw lots to become his new roommate. The winner of the lots this time is Rika Yanagi. However, Shoto is just not comfortable with frank girls like her yet, and doesn't respond well to her advances. In fact, he doesn't even respond at all. He just runs away to the teacher's lounge, his secret hiding location from bullies. Shunka Hiragi, another girl from the school, happens to come there as well. Turns out she too was bullied when she was in middle school, and the two find that they are similar to each other. Does seem a lot far-fetched, but Shunka uses this one common thing to seduce Shoto, and it works. They end up sleeping together in the lounge itself, but also the fact that he was turning into a literal baby-making machine was very unsettling to him. He calls Yuzuki to get some advice, but she doesn't pick up his calls. Having everything with him, Shoto was still alone. The next day, the seductions continue. Akira, the one who Shoto him with the volleyball, locks him up in the locker room and seduces him while apologizing. Very illegal. Shoto was slowly losing himself in all of this chaos. The following class, Karen makes a new arrangement where a girl will be assigned as his servant daily. Their payment? A kiss from Shoto. As promised, after kissing Rika, he trips and scrapes his hand and is taken to the school nurse. Even after getting the required medicine from the nurse, Karen still orders Ichijo, Shunka, and Akira to sleep with him at the same time. Shoto had now finally fallen into the rabbit hole of pleasure, and he starts losing himself. One day, Cheyenne Hoshino, one of the girls who regularly ignored him when he was bullied, and even enjoyed the whole bullying show while she was at it, transfers into the school. She seems to be eager to mate with Shoto, but the guy ignores her like she ignored him in his time of need. Shoto is pretty pissed that she entered his heaven, but Karen explains Cheyenne tried to become an actress. But due to the MK virus, she can only get a role if she mates with Shota. She was to torment or do anything with. She was at his mercy. While this was pretty brutal for an introvert like Shoto, it gives him another evil idea. Shota asks Karen to find someone and bring her to him. Karen delivers Arisa in chains, where a vindictive Shota forces her to lick him in the wounds that he had suffered because of her and her boyfriend. Shota was going full evil arc mode. There is no coming back from that. Every day a new girl is now part of Shota's schedule. If he doesn't like the girls already there, new ones are brought in for him. At this point it was almost like Shota himself was going to complete the world repopulating job. However, one of the girls among the newly transferred ones is pretty sus. To begin with, she refuses Shota's advances. Nobody does that, and at night the girl appears to be in contact with Arisa. They are planning to abduct Shota. On the hand, Raito and his gang decide to head back into the abandoned hospital to get more clue about Arisa and the MK virus. Raito's group explores the abandoned hospital where Sui accidentally breaks a wall to reveal an air duct. They crawl through it and fall into an underground laboratory, the place where the virus was probably created. However, before they can investigate it, they come across a group of women, who strangely are intent on killing them. Fortunately for them, the women are killed in turn by the mercenaries led by Chloe, aka Ms. Mansfield, who turns out to be one of the United Women, UW's peacekeeping agents. As Chloe saves the group from the exploding hospital, which was apparently set with a time bomb, her assistant Ms. Pope meets the Japanese UW Council and arrests them after deducing the MK virus was created under their orders. While the explosion at the hospital is settling, several other explosions occur at the locations where the men are kept. The weird girl in school also tries to abduct Shoto but fails. However, Arisa and her so-called terrorist organization manages to capture one of the men. Number 4. Shota, who was injured in the explosion, wakes up in the hospital where Karen explains terrorists tried and failed to kidnap him. Shoto seems to have grown tired of his daily routine and asks her why she does not sleep with him. Karen tells him that she will if he wants to, but she needs his help to rule the world. What a casual thing to ask for. Shota agrees to help her. Chloe's group takes over Japan and orders Kyoji to stop mating until the terrorists are dealt with. This certainly angers the man, but serious, what can one man do against a billion women? Elisa and the terrorist organization hack the airwaves of the worldwide television channel, and they reveal her group is called Azanami, who are not terrorists, but a group of rebels against the UW. They claim all the world leaders created the virus to wipe out men and create a world of only women, and that Azanami aims to save the men. The UW leaders were working on creating humans without men, so as soon as that happens the men will all be killed, which is why the UW needed to be stopped. They demand all the men in stasis and those who are awake to be turned over to them. After the telecast, Raito's group decides Chloe cannot be trusted and that they must escape. They rush to Raito's room to gather some stuff, but the room is already occupied by Shoto, who seems to have undergone a plastic surgery, and Karen, who is turning out to be an actual Karen, just can't stand her ATM. Meanwhile, Raito meets Mira and urges her to escape with them, but she will only agree if he mates with her, which he refuses. Suddenly, Ms. Pope arrests them. It was their plan to take Raito to Japan in the first place, saying they will be taken to America. But Ray and Maria knock her out, and they escape to Mahiru's refugee friends. Back at the UW headquarters, Shota and Karen make a deal with Chloe to allow Shota to keep mating and make Karen the ruler of Japan. Raito's group then gets on a ship owned by Izanami that is headed to Taiwan, but Ray and Mira stay behind and are arrested. The ship lands where Raito finally reunites with Arisa.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.